Good morning again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Backpacktrader training room for the crude oil inventory report for February 1st, 2023. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risk and should only be attempted with funds that you can afford to do without. All right. 2 minutes to go before the report. We'll wait another 2 minutes after the report and then start looking for our trades. Starting at 10:32, I have the Spotlight 8-cent momentum bar, 8-tick range bar, depending on your platform. On the right, the large chart on the right, I have Counterpunch 377 tick on the lower left, and unleaded Spotlight 0.002 momentum bar or 20 tick range bar on the upper left. So we'll see what these do. Primarily, we'll be looking at the Spotlight crude chart. And unlike our normal mini sessions on crude, there's the report just came out. No, that's just some reactionary trading ahead of it, it looks like. Still about 20 seconds to the report. Ten seconds. And there's the report time. There's our first trade. I wouldn't necessarily take that. Still in our initial reaction. All right, reaction carrying down. Not a very strong reaction this morning. That takes that short trade off the table. That's gone too far. Do say hello in the chat. All right, there's a long trade. Not quite time yet, about 10 seconds. And now we're in our session. And that's gone away too fast. And going strongly through the earlier reaction. See what it does with 200 EMA. Unleaded, picking up a long trade And only 7 seconds. May have been the same situation. Yeah, that's 50. Yeah, that's too fast to catch. Just before our start time, just like Crude. And we have a purple trade, purple long at 78.86 on Counterpunch. That's a pretty big trade there. And a short trade, and that triggers in. So short on Crude, Spotlight, short on Spotlight, long on just missing Money Management. That's right. That was a no trade. I got those reversed. That was just a little too early on unleaded. Did get in the long on the 377 tick Counterpunch. So Counterpunch is long, Spotlight is short. And actually that's get in sync, but now we stop and reverse to short on unleaded, and we stop and reverse to short at 57 on Counterpunch. So let's see, that's at 19. So stop and reverse is going to be at 14 on unleaded. Oh, and this is more of what we had going on before. Sideways. Back to the entries on all three trades. All three charts are short at the moment. And now we're headed long, strong to the long side again, but everything is still short. We didn't get back into the red to get a long, a white long, and a full stop out on Counterpunch, and a full stop out on Spotlight, and unleaded is heading for the same place. Yeah, and unleaded as well. So all three flat now. Not a very nice start there. There is a squeeze zone filter on unleaded and spotlight crude. And a squeeze zone filtered short on counterpunch as well. Yeah, not much going on today. Good morning, Miles, Traderman, Arizona Bob, Pamela. Looks like the short's the trade to be in, but those were all filtered. There's the chase ticks in counterpunch bringing our short back live because that carried it just outside the squeeze zone. And a long on unleaded at 52.72, no trigger yet. And triggering in long on unleaded. This looks a bit like an expanding range, which is really dangerous. See if it will settle down. Looks like an upward drift, but downward, and it's a fairly strong downward move coming in. Yeah, we had a strong downward move in the half hour before the report, which always makes me a little bit leery of what the report. All right, the only chart in a trade still is the unleaded chart. That is short, or I'm sorry, that's long. Actually, no, that's not true. The counterpunch crude chart is short. And now we have a short on Spotlight. No trigger yet. Okay, in the short trade on Spotlight, still in the long on unleaded. And still not sure where it's going. Okay, and touching, I didn't notice that. It did touch the money management, so yeah. Close out that. That was a break-even trade. Still short on counterpunch, and unleaded just hit money management and target 2 on its long trade. Target 1 traders on unleaded are going to be, well, no, got some significant losses there. Unleaded stop at 74. And there is a 200 EMA trade to the short side. I use that just for examples in here. It's not necessarily part of the trade plan. And unleaded stopping out at the short, or at break even. And the short trade there is filtered by the squeeze zone again. So in the 200 EMA short trade on Spotlight, this would be number 3. Treat this just like a mini session. So 3 trade max. And here we go. Counterpunch just hit money management. So stop comes to 878.71. Now, target is way down there at 78.28. Way down here, 1 tick below the session low. Money management on Spotlight. All right, 78.61 for the stop now on Counterpunch. Just missing target 1 by 1 tick on the Spotlight chart. I need about another 10 ticks to get to our target on Counterpunch, and that will be our, let's see what we get with that. Target 2 is 44 ticks, and our prior loss was 32, so that's 64. We'll need 20 ticks on the trailer to get break even. 21 would give us POQ. So 68 to 61, we got 7 ticks at the moment on the stop, trailing stop. And money management the second time. And stop now at 78.51 on Spotlight. Finding support down there around the session low again. 78.29. Let's see if we can push down. 78.46 for the stop. And there is a long trade at 43. And stopping out at our stop at 46. So just missing target, but at least getting a reasonable, getting a few ticks. 46 from 54, so 16 ticks. And that's the end of that session. Loss isn't reflective because I missed the break even here. That was 67 to 79. Yeah, that was 240. So it would be loss of 350 on the day, 35 ticks. Spotlight remains our possibility to get positive. Gonna need another push down. $78.56 for the stop on Counterpunch. Looks like it's going to come down to 51 on the close of this bar. 2 ticks would be 48. That's a major key level, so that's going to key level to 51. All right. Another consolidation zone, it looks like. All right, there's the stop coming down to 51. Still sitting 6 to 10 ticks above the target. And the short would have been the trade to take. The filtered short would have been the trade to take on unleaded there. Trailing down beyond target 2 at this point and pushing to new session lows. And we get our target. And we're down to 41. So we got target 2 for 44 ticks. We're down to 78.41 for our stop. Let's see, our entry was 72. No. Yeah, our entry was 72. So we are going to be POQ today on the 377 tick crude chart. It took a while to get there, but we've got it. It is definitely in hand. 1 tick from the stop. Target 4 on unleaded. Okay, we stayed at 41. And that is the bar. The stop would have come less than 5 ticks into the bar, so it would have tried to push it up 2 ticks, but that would have pushed it up an additional tick beyond where it is, and it's not going to back up. So it's still at 41. Same thing with that bar. 38 would be the location, and so it's staying at 41. Thank you, Pamela. Yeah, and yes, Pamela reminding everybody to please like it. So a new long on Spotlight crude, but that's not. We're done with that session. $51.37 for the current stop on unleaded. That would have been a nice trade. And now we come down to 38 and 37. Another little push lower. $78.36 for the stop now. see where this one goes. This is the POQ trade. $78.33 it looks like. 32. So 40 ticks on the trailer. And we're going to be positive 20 ticks on the session, at least. And 31 for the trailer. I mean, 91 for the trailer on unleaded, if that were a valid trade. Pushing down through the session lows very slowly. Still stop at 31. Unleaded moving down again. And stopping out at 31. You're most welcome, Claude. You have a good afternoon. I'll be back in the room tomorrow morning. All right, folks. I don't see any other questions out there. So that pretty much does it. I'm going to call it a day, and we will see you tomorrow. You too, Trader Man.